No, no, no.
Well, I'm only going to ask you to do it once.
Don't smack me.
I'm not going to smack you. I just want you to get dressed.
I don't want to.
Oh, well, you have to go to school in the pyjamas, that's it then.
No!
Well, come on, we're going to be late.
Shush!
Why does anybody have a child? Why? It was just bloody hard work. I suppose if you've got the love there, it isn't hard work. But to me, all it was just bloody hard work, inconvenience, mess, noise, expense, curtailment of our social life, of our enjoyment, our freedom. For what? Can you go off the table, please?
No!
You pick that up, please.
No! No, pick it up for God's sake!
Every single thing, from the moment her eyes are open in the morning to the moment she goes to bed, everything is a fight.
I want to go downstairs!
No, we're going to bed now.
Mummy's horrible! Mummy's horrible!
Right, come on then. See you in the morning.
No!
Fred and Diane live in Essex. Fred was a radio engineer in the RAF. He now makes wedding videos for a living. Diane is a civil servant in the Inland Revenue. Their daughter Georgina is 7. Since she was a toddler, no one has been able to control her. As she grew up, Fred documented the best and worst of times. She was expelled from her first nursery at the age of 2.5.
When a nursery says that your child is acting not on a par with other children in terms of defiance and strength, throwing things across the room and kicking out, that is when the warning bells started. And it's just steadily got worse.
Be quiet!
5 playgroups and 6 childminders later, her parents sought a medical explanation for her behaviour.
We've had brain scans done, blood tests, she's had a psychiatric assessment, she's been to various behavioural therapists.
Nothing conclusive showed up, and Fred and Diane feel increasingly isolated.
You have your child line, your children in need. You had your crisis for crying babies. Whenever we've called anybody, what have we got? Absolutely nothing. And then they've got the flaming nerve to say, you were witness smacking your child. I just want it removed. I can't say killed, because no one can kill someone. We had a chance to kill it when it was a fetus. We had a good chance. And don't you think we say that time and time again?
We find it very difficult to be warm and loving towards a child who tends to want to destroy you.
In November 2002, Fred and Diane had had enough.
I rang social services and said, well, look, something's got to happen. It's either, I'm going to get a heart attack and, the kid will be without a dad, or she'll have to go into care.
At that moment, that was the solution. Out of face, out of mind, out of space, freedom.
While they waited for a response from social services, Fred made one last attempt to find an alternative.
Let's trawl the internet and see if I can find a boot camp or something that could help us. And there was a couple there, but when I rang one, they said, well, they didn't know of one in my area. So I'd keep trawling through the internet and found Warwick. He was an answer to the maiden's prayer, as it were.
Warwick Dyer is a retired teacher. He's created a unique system of behaviour management. Amazingly, he never meets the child, and he sees the parents only once. After 7 years of misery, this is the last hope for Fred and Diane.
When we spoke to Warwick, he just asked a few key questions. The main one being, how do you feel about your daughter? To which I'd answer, at this moment, I hate her.
When was the last time you touched her? Some kind of physical contact?
Long time ago.
You see, you've got to put this right.
Do you know what? She came up this morning. She shouldn't laugh. She pulls my hand and she goes, like that. And I pulled away. I just said, why aren't you dressed?
Oh, did you? Oh, what a shame. Did you not see what that was?
No.
What kind of a mother are you?
Oh, a bloody rotten one.
The first thing I could hear was how angry they were. And just anger just makes the child more angry. The more extreme Georgina got, the more extreme her mum got. And this is often the pattern. And it's just a downward spiral. Anger has a terrible effect on her self-esteem because here is a mum not really liking her first thing in the morning. And she's going to school with her mum not liking her. You know, she's 7. She needs her mum to like her, to love her. So her self-esteem goes right down. The whole process when there is anger is just completely negative. You have got to avoid it.
He warned us, there was a caveat, be prepared to learn some things about yourself. He said, I will be brutally honest with you. You may not like what you hear.
You created this child that behaves in this way. So don't blame her for it. It's not her fault that you can't control it. It is not your daughter's fault that you can't control it. You haven't discovered yet there isn't anything wrong with your daughter. You've seen so much bad behaviour from her that you think that she is kind of vindictive, she's got a nasty side to her character, she wants to hurt. She doesn't. She's as trapped by what she does as you are.
Big question, from our point of view. A child of 7, is it too late?
Oh, absolutely not. It's not too late even when they're 15. And you will discover that, because when you do the right things, the child changes. Within days, usually. Within days.
So that's it. The last time Warwick will meet Fred and Diane face to face. From now on, they must phone him every night with a report of their progress. Warwick will work with them for as long as it takes to change Georgina. But Fred and Diane are left with their doubts.
If it is us, several people have said the problem is with us, then why have so many other adults not been able to manage her?
In the past, Georgina was given the drug Ritalin to try to control her behaviour, and she's now officially classified as a child with special needs. But Warwick believes that if the parents improve, then so will the child.
We're prepared to accept that maybe, you know, we are not the best of parents and that we need guidance as well. But having said that, I also believe that there is still something not physically right with Georgina and her brain.
Day 1 of Warwick's regime.
We're going to do things slightly different today.
Instead of using anger to control Georgina, there's a new system.
Here is 30 pence. Right.
Georgina will get 30 pence a day, but each time she's naughty, she'll get a penny sanction.
Well, OK, let's just put our socks on then, please.
Oh, no, I don't know how.
Right, Georgina, I'm taking 2 pence from you.
No!
It's an act of faith for Fred and Diane.
Oh, is this more pocket money we're going to lose, is it?
No!
Unless we do as we ask you, then I'm afraid you're going to have to lose some more pennies.
Georgina's as uncooperative as ever.
No!
We've got to try it, because there is no alternative.
Give crisps, that's what children do. Quietly say, I'm not going to take them off you, but I'm telling you, if you eat them, X is going to happen.
I had them first.
You're not having them before you go to bed. Thank you.
But my guess is there weren't really any sanctions for that.
Well, by that time, we you know, the matter, she was just asking for one thing after another.
If you give up on sanctions for behaviour, then she's won.
Give me.
You have them in the morning. Here's your strawberry.
No!
OK, well, good night then. We can turn the light off when we're going down.
No!
Well, good night. We're turning the light off when we're
No!
No,
I want crisps.
You're not having the crisps tonight?
I want them.
No, you
No
don't.
dialogue. No dialogue.
I want them.
No.
No.
Get into bed, please. Get into bed, please.
Oh.
Come on, sorry, but it's very tight.
Tuck me in,
I'll tuck you in. Come on.
Oh, Simpsons, please.
Well, it's a bit late for Simpsons, even.
No!
All right.
All right, no.
She has how many pennies in the course of a day?
30.
30, and she ended up with 15, so she lost 15p. 15p for the way she behaved doesn't seem like much to me, Fred. You were getting into this thing, we can't control her whatever we do. But it isn't a question of controlling her right there and then. It's a question of consequences. So you keep calm and you keep dishing out the sanctions.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll leave it there, but thanks a lot.
Okay,
and,
give us a ring tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks.
It's 2 days before Georgina's 8th birthday, and Fred and Diane had been hoping to organise a party.
We've sent some invitations to some of the children in the class. Several people have said the party's too early and it's too far, or they've said they're doing something else. Whether it's because I go and collect her and they see me as an older parent, I'm not sure what the real reason there behind their thinking, but most of the parents would come up with what I would consider a strange excuse. They've said, we're going around to see Auntie, or my husband's got to go to college, or we're going to get things that we haven't got yet. Georgina tends to find it difficult to make friends at school. What I've noticed on a couple of occasions is that she's caught up with her school associates, and they seem to walk faster to get away from her, and she sort of walks a bit quicker to catch up with them, and in the end they end up running away from her. Sad really when the children in their own class say, I don't want to come to your party.
No television time.
Tonight Diane's tired and has lost her temper. She's breaking all Warwick's rules.
One less present.
He says parents should always give a warning before a sanction.
Another present gone.
And children must never be left with nothing.
And another present. No money, no TV time.
I didn't hear too much of, well, I don't really want to take it away from you, but it was almost as if, every time you open your mouth you're going to lose a penny.
Yeah, that's exactly how it was.
Oh, okay. So she didn't get any chances then?
She was pushing her luck the whole bath, wasn't she?
Get your gyms on, that's a good girl.
Mummy's horrible.
Be careful up until Father Christmas.
You don't go down that road.
You're so horrible.
Right, Father Christmas. Right, that's one present for Georgina.
You're horrible.
Oh, you want to use another one, do you?
Just come out, dear, just come out.
Oh, Father Christmas, you don't have to come here. You've got many toys to carry.
Just leave her alone, don't just keep winding her up.
Oh, I'll give her space. Just see how far she'll go. Father Christmas!
Don't wind her up. You're just aggravating her now.
I agree with Fred. I think you had gone too far in the sense that the whole process when there is anger is just completely negative. You have got to avoid it. You've got to make a distinction between what is an ordinary child wanting attention and bad behaviour. You never made that distinction early on. I'm convinced you didn't. You started sanctioning what was ordinary behaviour, and now look at the state you're in.
In the light of what Warwick said, Fred and Diane look back at Georgina, aged 4.
The child is obviously in distress, crying out for attention and affection. And I am stonewalling her. If it wasn't me in that film, I'd be reporting the mother to social services. You want to go into that tape recorder now and cuddle her, don't you? But at the time... It's her whole life. Go away! You don't want you. I've seen that bit until you pointed it out. But it says it all. It's only a few seconds, but I think it's very, very powerful. I feel if that was another person and not me, I'd go into that set and shake that person.
Does it make you feel guilty then?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Later that day, Georgina also watched the home movie.
To hear it coming out of her own mouth as she watched herself. Mummy, I was having a tantrum there. I was crying. And you laughed at me. You should have cuddled me. And she's not even 8, and she's saying that to me now. It shows that we've actually...
Pretty profound, isn't it?
Very profound. We've had on our hands a very intelligent child, which perhaps is the problem. Although one label given to her was learning difficulties, but
yes,
I think not.
Years old today, look at this.
But I don't feel like being 8 years old. I still feel like being 7 years old.
Does that mean you don't want to be grown up?
Yeah.
Mummy never wanted to grow up.
I was already grown up. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 birthday cards.
Wow.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Georgina. Happy birthday to you.
Go on, keep going.
Well, I did magic ones.
So the birthday girl had a lovely birthday, have we?
Yes.
Right then, Mummy, how much has she got tonight?
Tell me, how many pennies have you
13.
Why is that?
Because I've been very good at school, been doing my work, and I be polite. I said thank you to give me my presents, and I wrapped them nicely without ripping the presents and without ripping the cards. I've done them very carefully, and I asked Mummy to do my strawberry milk very kindly, and I said, please Daddy, can I cut birthday cake? And he said, yes, of course you can. And that's why I earned 30 pence. 30. I got 30 pence! Right,
No! All in your nice new jammies. I remember an incident from my childhood. Our deterrent was an old carpet beater, thing like a stick, and it's like a flower shape on the top. And I know my brother was a sod. My mum used to say, look what you're doing to me, and she'd have a nerve rash come up. She used to get that stick from the top of the kitchen cupboard, and it was... She lost it, absolutely lost it. And I can see that that's where I could go. And I don't want to go there. I've got to remember, there's nothing wrong with my daughter.
I was very cross because you made me very cross.
I'll make you very cross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're cross. Because when you're good, I'll be pleased. When you're good at, when you're saying nice, friendly to me, I'll be friendly to you.
Tomorrow, you're going to Mr. Cooper's office in your pyjamas. And all the other children are going to say, ha 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 ha.
This was Diane and her daughter 3 months ago, when they got on so badly she wanted her taken into care.
If it all cut off, then you won't have to have it done, will you?
No!
Hold on till your arm out of this socket, didn't I?
For most of Georgina's life, her parents have tried to control her with rage.
Why do you have to make such a fuss?
It hurts, that's all!
The family are now getting help from behaviour expert Warwick Dyer. There's one battleground left.
The flashpoint of today was the hair again. She was putting her hands in the way, she kept moving around the car, and I thought, am I an idiot here? I'm not going to do it on her terms.
All right.
I think she's got her mind set. Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Have you suggested that she does the brushing to start with herself?
She won't touch
She won't touch her hair. If you don't take your hand away.
I don't like
The
it.
first thing you do is you make the problem as easy as possible. So lots of conditioner in her hair. Use plenty. So she gets used to the fact that brushes will go through the hair without hurting.
Mummy, no.
But she's getting on to 8. She should now be brushing it herself.
Georgina, don't climb away from me, because that's another penny.
Look, my bowl. And I've got a scruffy hair. I've got scruffy hair, Daddy.
We're going to brush it down, aren't we? Georgina, where's your tea?
Now that Fred and Diane have finally mastered Warwick's rules, they have more control over their daughter.
Pull your trousers up, please. I'm going to ask you again, Georgina. Ask you nicely, or you have to lose a penny.
What's a penny?
Right, do you want to lose another penny then? Would you please stand up and pull your trousers up without knocking your dinner over? No, that's not properly,
Oh,
Georgina.
for God's sake!
You lose a penny if you lose your temper. Thank you. We're trying to press Warwick. For how long do we carry on phoning every night? When is the work done? And you know, we were dreaming. I mean, realistically, the work is never done. Careful, you're sliding!
This is Georgina with a party hat on. What have we got for our Christmas dinner? Let's have a look. Oh, there's turkey, Brussels sprouts.
Oh, put this snake on your dinner.
Get up, get up. Get up, get up. You get all wet.
You're a bit smaller than me.
How would you say it's been going?
Slowly on the up.
Right, I'll be the vicar. Move back a little bit, move back a little bit.
Because Georgina is getting on better with her parents, there's an improvement in her social life.
Your hat.
After 4 months of Warwick's regime, Georgina's going for a checkup with a paediatrician who once prescribed the drug Ritalin for her behaviour.
Can you get yourself dressed completely?
Sometimes I need a little bit of help.
And you do it every morning without any problem?
That's more the norm. The occasions when she resists are becoming fewer.
You don't notice the difference day by day, but when you haven't seen her for this time, to hear us getting dressed and ready for school without any hassle is terrific news. I'm proud of you. And she goes into school now without any fuss.
She's getting to the point she wants to run in by herself now, so we just watch her run in rather than walk with her.
Does she throw the temper tantrums anymore? If you had to sort of count them, what are we talking per day or per week?
Probably 2 a month.
That's fantastic.
It is, isn't it?
They do think congratulations.
Okay.
You look relaxed.
Look in the mirror. Thank you, yeah.
10 years younger.
You are aware that we've done this without the drug?
Sure.
Yeah,
yes,
all right.
Oh yes.
Right.
I'm delighted. You can't get side effects from a drug that you don't use.
I spoke to a teacher yesterday and they said that generally speaking there's been quite a big improvement. Academics she's doing still quite well. Most nights she's getting the money, and some days she keeps it all, and other days she loses some.
me.
Well, I am too. Thank you.
All done.
Hello. How are things going?
Actually, quite good today.
Good.
We've had a really good day.
That's lovely. She's now getting round to the view that it's okay to do what Mum says because she's not going to be angry with me, and it is just training, and she is starting to accept that training.
Yes, there's a few things now I've mentioned to her and I've expected a scene, and it's, "You okay, Mummy? I'll do that for you. No problem, Mummy." There's a couple of little...
It's good that other people have noticed that she's getting better, so that's...
Good. Well, that's excellent, guys. And I have to say to you, that is all down to your hard work. You know, from the Georgina that you had, I'm not saying you're out of the woods yet, we've still got quite a bit of work to do probably, but from the child that you had, who was tremendously irritating, from that child to the child you've got now is absolutely leaps and bounds.
So we'll withdraw the application for the boot camp then?
You've turned her around, there's no two ways about that.
So when did we start on the wife?
Right, we'll start on that now, shall we?
Yes, well, how do we train her? That's a difficult one.
Well, the thing is, if you think about it, well, I haven't trained Georgina. I have trained Diane, I have trained you.
After 7 months, Fred and Diane now phone Warwick once a week. Social services are reviewing Georgina to see if she still has special needs.
It's frightening to think that we had a child who we detested, wanted social services to take away. I look at her now and I want to try and make her feel happy and secure, and I want her to have happy memories of childhood. Not the fact that she was always in trouble being told off or shouted at. I won't give her away now.
That's right. Well, why don't you hold that up? Because people wonder what you're doing here. All this time they've been watching you, and they don't say, what's she doing? What's she making? So what is it?
What does it look like?
Well, I'm not... What does it look like? Well, a bit of our wall. Yeah? What should it look? What should it be?
Blanket, baby blanket, baby shawl.
Before?
Your grandchild to be.
My grandchild to be, how about that? Yes, my first grandchild. Makes you feel old, doesn't it?
There you go. Can I see your auntie?
Auntie Georgina.
Ready?
Hello.
Well, that's a lot. That is the next size up. That'll drown you. You know, like tickle your head, doesn't it? Here we go.